Hey everyone, how are you? Cheryl here, back with my weekly quick tip for you all. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. No, I didn't get a perm. This is just air dried. I didn't feel like straightening my hair today, so you get me a la natural. At any rate, we need to talk about a winner from last week's quick tip video, and I did a random drawing of the comments, and it is, let's see, Beatrice Lauren is the winner this week for last week's video. So Beatrice, if you could be a doll and send me your mailing address, just send me an email to cheryl@cardsbycheryl.com, and I will be happy to get that out to you in your email. Also, let me know which one of these stamp sets you would like to receive, because I told you in the video you would get to choose. So the Hippest Hippos, Driving By, Catching Butterflies, or the Perfect Pomegranate. And all of these are brand spanking new, never been used. So just shoot me that email real quick and let me know which one. You'll also get a pack of this celebration paper that I have a handful of on hand still. So just trying to help you guys out and clean out my supplies a little bit at the same time. Let's see here. I'm messing around with my... There we are. Okay, so Beatrice, congratulations. Thanks so much for watching and commenting. I really appreciate it. As for this week's video, for those new viewers, I do a little giveaway every week. All you have to do is like and comment the video. I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't. Sharing the video also helps me a ton too, but I haven't figured out how to see who's done that yet with my YouTube account. So I'm just going to ask for a comment and a like. And if you do that, you'll be entered into the drawing for the next prize. So what your prize for next week is going to be a free silicone craft sheet. I don't know if you guys have seen me use mine. I keep it next to my desk all the time. It's well loved. It cleans up really easy. Nothing really sticks to it, which is nice. So if you've got a nice desk you're working on and you don't want to get glue and all that stuff anywhere, these silicone craft sheets are great. And then I'm also going to throw in a full pack of the craft 6x6 paper, which some of you know I'm in love with also. I bought a bunch of this when it was on sale. So that's the prize for the next week. Please comment if you'd like to be considered for it. And okay, I think all that's done. And now let's get into what my tip is going to be this week. So we're going to talk about designer series paper 12x12 sets, and, well, not necessarily 12x12, any kind of designer series paper, how I organize it, and how I create my templates for when I just want to at a glance see what the paper's all about, because a lot of the paper is double-sided. So first of all, let me show you, just grab an example. This is one that we're going to work on today. It's the black and white designs. This is a page protector sheet from Album Refill Sleeves. It's for 12x12 scrapbook pages, and I will link this below. But these are amazing. They're very sturdy. They're a nice thick. You get 25 per pack. I don't remember the price, but I will definitely look that up and link it for you. So I store all of my designer. So one sheet holds one pack of designer paper, a full sheet. If you've got multiple packs, it'll be a little tight. So you might want to do one page protector per pack of designer series paper. Or what I do is if I have multiple packs of the same paper, I open one up, put it in the sleeve, and then in my vertical file, I just have the other packs behind it. So when I'm ready to refill it, they're just right there. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is what I call my little cheat sheets. And these are the pages that I stick in front of. So like I would have this here. If this was the Hues of Happiness paper, I would just stick this, what I call it, my cheat sheet in there. So this cheat sheet consists of, I'm going to move this because there's a glare. Consists of the name of the paper. You can put the item number up top too if you want to. But what I find super helpful is all of the colors, the coordinating colors that are part of this paper pack. Because when I'm designing a card or whatever, let's say I grab this print and I want to put a coordinating color behind it. I don't know if it's Misty Moonlight, is it, you know, what color blue is it? So it's easy to see right here. It's Night of Navy because I have it listed. And you know that the yellows are Mango Melody and Daffodil Delight. So it's just super handy to have the colors listed right there. And then you've got a nice snippet of each of the designs for your paper. So these is like version 1 of what I've been doing. The dimensions is 3 inches by 1.5, I believe. Yeah, 3 by 1.5. And so the reason I did them in that size is because if you take a 6 by 6 piece of paper, a lot of people cut their paper packs down to 6 by 6. I usually cut mine down to 6 by 12. But what that means is you just have very little waste because you've got 6 inches here. So you need to basically cut it twice because you've got a front and a back. So when you are doing this method, you would basically cut a 6 by 1.5 inch strip and then cut that in half, and then you've got the front and the back for each one. So that's this version. Now there's another version. Well, before I go on to that, let me talk to you a little bit about my document these are super fast and easy documents. I don't use basic white for this is cardstock, but what I do use is Nina Classic Crest Solar White 80 pound. And it comes in a ream, a big old ream like this. And I use this religiously because it's a really nice weight. It's very thick, it's smooth, it's bright white, and it's pretty inexpensive. And I get it by the ream, and so when I'm doing a lot of testing cards or testing out templates or designs or things, and I don't want to waste my good basic white on a test card, I'll always go to my Nina Classic Crest. And I will link that below for you also. But so that's the paper that I use to print these sheets out on. And the process, I'm going to hop you over to, this is just my Word document. And this is my template. So the last one I did was called Perfectly Penciled, and it was just black and white for the colors. But this one that we're going to do today is called Black and White Designs. So let's just do this right now. Oops. Black and White Designs, yeah. Get rid of that. And then the colors are basic gray, black, and white. So I'm going to go black, white, and basic, whoops, basic gray. Okay. Then all I do is I just send this to the printer, file print. I grab a piece of my template paper, which is the Nina, feed it into the feed tray, hit print. So the margins are pretty narrow, like it's only about 1/4 inch up top, this margin, so that you have really the whole paper to work with, which is nice because you're going to need it sometimes. Okay, so that's printing. There we go. Come back here, and I have my template. Okay, so now that's printed out, set that aside because now we need to do some cutting. And I'm not going to do, I just got this ream, and I'm not going to do this in the way that I did the other ones because I want to show you a couple different ways to do it using punches. So I'm going to grab one sheet of each of the designs. Okay. That should be all of them, yeah. And instead of cutting strips with paper, I'm going to use a punch. And the punch that I used, I'll show you an example. This is a Taylor tag punch. It's retired. But I wanted to show you how fun it was. I did it this way for the gingham cottage. And this has a lot of different designs. So if you were to use this punch for this one, it wouldn't take up nearly this much real estate on the page. It's just that because this particular set of DSP has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it has double, right? So you're basically filling up. When you get the super packs like the gingham cottage, you're going to need a lot of real estate. In that case, when I use just the strips, I do front and then the back. Let me show you that one. So the other one, Celebrate Everything, was a mega pack, and it had 12 designs also. So I always make sure that the back side of this left column is always to the right of it. So I know that on the back of this black side is this pattern. So when I'm fishing through all of my parts and pieces and stuff, I can look for both of those and know that I'm going to grab the right one. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's an example of using the Taylor tag punch. And the next punches I picked out that would be fun to use is the postage stamp punch, which is still current, and the wonky circle punch. And I think I'm going to do the wonky circle punch. And sometimes, you know, like when you have prints like this one here that are very simple, you don't need a punch that has a lot of real estate on it. You could actually go with the smaller and waste less of your paper using a big punch, if you know what I mean. So maybe we'll do that. We'll use the postage stamp punch on this design. So all I'm going to do is, can you guys tell I'm coming down with a cold? I spent time with my grandkids on the weekend, and I think one of them was not feeling that great, and I think Grandma got it. Okay, so I'm just going to punch twice from each sheet. My sister said to me today, "You sound nasally." Yeah, if I do, sorry. I don't feel that bad. My throat is super sore. But other than that, I think it's just a cold. I've been sipping on hot tea with lemon. Like so. Try to get, sometimes you can be strategic in where you want to punch from so that you get the biggest bang for your buck on the design. See, I'm keeping them together so I know which ones go with which. Like this one, I'm going to actually, I could just cut there, but I want it to show that there's a wide pattern too, so I'm going to do something like that. And then the back one, the same. Okay, see how easy that was? Fast. Fast, fast. Then I'm going to grab my template, and because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to having straight lines, I dry fit them all, and then I decide which order I want them to go in. So like I'll keep all the dark patterns on the left, and just make sure you don't do something like that where it's all mixed up. I like to keep all the dark sides together and the light sides together. Okay, so I kind of am liking how this looks. I like this postage stamp one. It's kind of cute. So I get that lined up just like so. I'm going to grab my glue. And I'm not such a perfectionist that I need a ruler or anything to lay these down, but I do like to dry fit them so that they're kind of centered on the page. If they're a little bit wonky, no one's gonna know. This is just a template for you guys to have handy when you're designing. Your paper. So what is today? The 27th. So tomorrow is the last day for the weekly specials. It's the last week and the last day. So if you haven't had a chance to head up there and take a look, I've kind of exhausted my shopping on weekly specials. I think I got everything that I needed, but I didn't buy anything that was in the one for this week. I considered it, but I didn't want to place an order just for a few things. I like to, when I place orders, I like to get rewards, and I kind of feel like I'm missing out if I don't place a big enough order to get Stampin' rewards. So I didn't order anything this week. Trust me, I wanted to. Okay. So there's that. Now, you just take this, once you have it in, put your scraps back in here. And they all fit in there nicely. So, like for example, I was messing around with this DSP paper today, and I got all kinds of scraps in here, and it holds them nicely. I keep the full sheets in the back and the scraps in the front, and then I put my sheet always in front like that. So when I'm flipping through, this pops up and is front and center for me. Okay, so this will go in here like this. Okay, so a second example is if you don't want to mess around with printing a document like I did, or maybe you don't have access to a printer or not easy access to a printer, you can use the back sheet that comes with the paper. So the big white piece of paper, you can use this as your template, and it's got all the information in here that you need except for the price, but it's got your number, your item number, the colors in it, and then I basically just punched out each of the patterns with the Taylor tag punch, and I glued it right to this page right here. So I always keep these anyway. I did another one, so I have two for this one, but I always keep these pages, and now instead of keeping them in the back, you would just pop it in the front. And if you wanted to, you could even grab your label maker and put, you know, the name across the top up here, if that makes it easier for you to spot which paper it is you're looking for. You could do that. I do that a lot with, this is how I store my scraps. I have these paper sheets that are also very thick and heavy, and I label each one, and then this just sets, I store all my paper vertically in a filing system, right? So I have this in front, and then I have all of my full sheets of Melon Mambo in the back, and then I have a divider that I just can flip through that are labeled, that I just made out of, I just made, you know, the, it's not chipboard, but it's real heavy not cardstock. What is this stuff called? So this is my divider system. And so it goes this, and then the full size sheets of paper behind it, and it gets stored vertically so that I can just flip through and find what I'm looking for. So, so that's that. I think that's the only tip I have for you about the paper. I'll make sure I link the products that I use below so that you can go find them easily. It's just Amazon, so hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And I'm going to go back to work. And if you have any ideas for tips or things that you would like to have feedback about, or ideas or thoughts on, just leave them in the comments below. Message me. I'm starting to run low on ideas for weekly tips. So if you guys have any suggestions, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, that's it for me. I will see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And congratulations, Beatrice. Don't forget to send me your email. And the prizes for next week are going to be that silicone sheet and the 6x6 craft paper. So, all right, guys, take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.